Last year, in November of 2023, while searching for a waterline blueprint near the former Catholic boarding school Immaculate Conception mission in South Dakota, a small, nearly forgotten map was uncovered. Marked faintly in the corner was a word that changed everything: graveyard. They found 38 unmarked graves, hidden away for decades. Established from the mid-17th century and operating till the late 20th century, there were more than 523 government-funded and often church-run boarding schools. Indigenous children were forcibly abducted by government agents, sent to schools hundreds of miles away from their homes, and beaten, tortured, and abused for speaking their native language. The primary objective of these schools were to civilize and assimilate these Indigenous children into Anglo-American culture. While these schools promised education, what these children endured was abuse, neglect, torture, and a stripping away of their culture and identity. The 38 graves are believed to hold the remains of Indigenous children that were forced to attend Immaculate Conception mission that operated from 1887 to 1975. Over 1,000 children from tribes across South Dakota and as far away as Montana, Oregon, and Wisconsin were taken to this school. Many never returned home. Like at other boarding schools, life at Immaculate Conception mission was grueling. Overcrowding, illness, and a lack of resources plagued the school. For survivors like Susan Paulson, the memories are harrowing. At just 7 years old, she was locked in storage rooms, forced to endure abusive punishments, and at one point, expelled for defending herself against a violent nun. Her story echoes the pain of countless others who were separated from their families, subjected to suffering, and silenced for years. The discovery of these graves is not an isolated event. Across Turtle Island, unmarked graves are being unearthed near former boarding schools. This growing movement for truth and reconciliation has revealed the scope of trauma of Indigenous communities during this era. Last month in October, President Joe Biden issued a formal apology for the federal boarding school policy, calling it a sin on our soul. However, many Indigenous leaders, like Chairman Linkeek, stress the need for concrete actions, such as full access to school records and support for repatriation efforts, instead of empty apologies. These graves, hidden for so long, are not just a somber reminder of the past. They are a call to action, a call to honor these children, uncover the full truth, and support the healing for Indigenous communities. As Chairman Linkeek says, these children are ready now. They're ready to go home. We need to reunite them with their families, their tribes, and their people. Let us not turn away from these stories, face them with the courage to ensure that history is not forgotten and is not repeated.